You're listening to TurkishSoccer.com's Turkish Football Podcast. Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmet Bob Turgut. Welcome to another edition of Turkish Football-Turkish Super Lig Podcast. Next 15 minutes, we'll recap and wrap the Week 2, and we'll preview Week 3, and we'll also talk about what Turkish teams did on Thursday in the European competition. So let's start with recapping Week 2. As you know, the biggest news was out of the Week 2, I would say Galatasaray losing at home, and then Fenerbahçe trashing Kasımpaşa at home 6-0, and Beşiktaş, after winning 3-0, and Alanyaspor came back to tie the match 3-3. A lot of teams are still complaining in the early season of Turkish Super League about the referees. I know Beşiktaş fans and Beşiktaş officials are outraged about the referee and Turkish Football Federation. That goes with same thing with Galatasaray and Fenerbahçe. Pretty much early in the season, only we're into the third week, we're already talking about bad referees refereeing the matches. It is going to be same thing what we witnessed last season. So in the Week 2, there were 20 goals scored, and 3 of the teams, away teams, won their matches. And pretty much Trabzonspor, the defending champions at home, on Friday beat Hatayspor. And on Saturday, Kayserispor was at home against Istanbulspor, the newcomer. They beat them 1-0. Adana Demirspor, the team who's in first place after Week 2, Adana Demirspor at home beat Sivasspor 3-0. As I mentioned to you a little earlier, on Saturday, Galatasaray was at home and lost to Giresunspor 1-0. This Giresunspor won this match in the second half of the season against Galatasaray. That was the last match for Fatih Terim after Galatasaray last season lost against Giresunspor, and Fatih Terim was sacked after that match. Just to give you inside news on that one. So Giresunspor did probably the team of the week in the Week 2. So on Sunday, the newcomer was at home. Ümranispor were at home. They lost to Nuri Şahin's Antalyaspor 1-0. Gaziantep at home beat newcomer Ankaragücü 1-0. And I mentioned to you a little while ago again, Alanya at home against Beşiktaş. After going down 3-0, Beşiktaş was up 3-0. And then all the things happened on the pitch. Red cards, all that stuff. And that referee was refereeing that match. I just heard the news today. He will not be refereeing for a while in the Turkish Super League. The problem with the Turkish referees right now in the Turkish Super League, they're very young and they don't have the experience to ref in the big leagues. That is the biggest problem. It is the same problem in the VAR system. In the VAR system, up in the booth, we have a lot of uneducated and experienced referees up there. They don't know what to do. If the league goes this way, we're going to be seeing this complaints every weekend. Just telling you this. This is what we left off in the last season, and we're starting the season again. In the week coming to the Week 3, we already have teams are complaining. Fans are outrageous about the Turkish referees. That is going to be the biggest problem this season again. On Monday, there were 2 matches. Konyaspor was at home against Başakşehir. It was scoreless, 0-0. Kasımpaşa, the last match of the weekend, Week 2, at home. Kasımpaşa, the defense, the goalkeeper, does not look good at all. half dozen goals was scored by Fenerbahçe. And the young talent, Arda, I think because of the spaces he had, because Kasımpaşa defense and goalkeeper was so bad, he scored. He came into the game as a sub, and he scored 2 goals. Arda is the kid that you'll be looking out for. I know there's a lot of teams from European teams that are looking after him, but I don't think anytime soon Fenerbahçe is going to release him. Arda looked good. We'll see what happens. Well, he's only 17 years old, so he's looking good. Even though this match should not be any competition for Fenerbahçe, because Kasımpaşa team overall, after they went down 10 players, the defense sucked. Goalkeeper, the worst goalkeeper. If you would have brought an amateur goalkeeper in there, it would have done better. Well, at the end of 90 minutes, Fenerbahçe scored 6 goals. Half a dozen goals against Kasımpaşa. Kasımpaşa, after that loss, they fired their coach and they hired retread coach that one time Şenol Can, and he will be coaching Kasımpaşa again. So in the week 2, Pirlo's team was off. They had to bye the weekend. Fatih Karagümrük didn't have a match to play on the week 2. So Pirlo's team going to be ready this week 3. It's going to be a tough match for them. I'll get to that after I'll give you some information on what's going to happen in the standings. Adana Demirspor is in first place with 6 points. Trabzon second place, 6 points. And third place is Fenerbahçe with 4 points. And fourth place, fifth place, sixth place, seventh place teams all have 4 points. The bottom of the barrel, 0 points for Hatayspor, Fatih Karagümrük, Istanbulspor, and Kasımpaşa. Those are the relegation zone. Those 4 teams hasn't earned any points yet. Just to remind you, Fatih Karagümrük only played 1 match. Now, this Thursday, there were European matches. The Turkish teams played. And Europa League, Malmö beat Sivasspor 3-1 in the first leg match. And I think it's pretty much done for Sivasspor in the Europa League. They'll probably go into group stages in Europa Conference League. And Vienna Fenerbahçe match today. Fenerbahçe beat Vienna team 2-0. And they look good for second leg of the match. Pretty much they will be advancing into the groups. In the European Conference League, Başakşehir was at home against Antwerp. They were winning 1-0, and then Antwerp came back to tie the match. The match ended with 1-1 tie. So Başakşehir has to do some little more work when they go away for second leg matches. And as far as the Trabzonspor, the team that played their matches on Tuesday, they lost against Copenhagen in 2-1. They were losing 2-0, and then they came back to score in the very last minutes of the match, 1 goal, 2-1. Now, on August 24th, Trabzonspor has to win this match at home. Otherwise, a tie wouldn't be good for them because away goals don't count anymore. If they want to go into the Champions League group stages, they need to win this match. So that is what happened on Thursday and on Tuesday. Let's see what happens in the second league matches and the European competition. In the Turkish Super Lig, Week 3, this starts on Friday, which is today. And the Week 3 will open with newcomer at home against Galatasaray. Both of these teams lost this past weekend. Ümranispor and Galatasaray, they were both at home. So it is going to be a tough game for Galatasaray. The way that Ümranispor played against Fenerbahçe, they look good. And I think Galatasaray, with the new transfers are not settled in with the team, not gel in with the team. We're going to see some changes from Okan Buruk. But it's very important match for both of the teams. And it's very important match for Galatasaray, because if they lose this match, and Galatasaray fans are not going to be happy. And we'll see, this match will be playing in Atatürk Stadium on Friday, which is today. On Saturday, there are 3 matches. Giresunspor will be at home against Kasımpaşa. Hatayspor will be at home against Gaziantep. Antalya will host the defending champions, Trabzonspor, on Saturday. On Sunday, Başakşehir will be at home against Kayseri. Beşiktaş will host Pirlo's team, Fatih Karagümrük. It is going to be a full-packed jam house in the Beşiktaş Stadium on Sunday. So it is going to be we're going to see what's going to happen, because there's a lot of confrontation between the Turkish Football Federation and the referees and Beşiktaş. Let's see what this game is going to look like, because Fatih Karagümrük right now, they're in the 17th place with 0 points. They're desperate for points. Beşiktaş needs to win this match at home. And we'll see what happens. But I think it looks like Beşiktaş has a chance to win this match. Don't be surprised if Fatih Karagümrük, Pirlo's team, gets a point from Beşiktaş. On Monday, there are 3 matches. These are the teams that played mostly the European matches. Istanbulspor did not play, but they're playing on Monday. They will host Konyaspor. Sivasspor will be at home against Alanya. And last match of the weekend, again, just like the week 2, in the week 3, the last match of the weekend will be between Fenerbahçe and Adana Demirspor. This should be a dandy. And let's see what's going to happen. Adana Demirspor is on top with 6 points. Fenerbahçe has 4 points after Fenerbahçe coming back from their away match in the Europa League match, winning it 2-0. They're on the right track, but Adana Demirspor is a good team also. We'll see what happens with this match. So pretty much after week 3, we'll see, as I mentioned to you this in the first week of my podcast, I said first 7 weeks will be very important for a lot of these teams, because after that, the Turkish Super Lig will go into recess for Turkish national team. And then mid-season, you remember, in November, there's at least 40 days break for the World Cup matches. So that's going to be a very important too. This first 7 weeks, this is going to be 3rd week. Another 4 weeks after this weekend, it's going to be very important for all these teams. And let's see what's going to happen with the teams who's trying to claim the title this season. And as far as the Trabzonspor playing in the European Champions League, trying to get there, they have very important match against Copenhagen and Trabzon, and they need to win this match. And it will be something to see on August 24th, see how Trabzonspor will do. So after all, recapping week 2 and then previewing the week 3, giving you results on the Turkish teams that played in the European competitions. This is it pretty much for this podcast. The time is running out. Listen to my podcast wherever you listen to your podcasts. Also, visit me on Twitter at Turkish Soccer. Also, like and follow my Facebook page, Turkish Football Facebook page on Facebook. See you. Bye-bye.